9 students only. Okay, let us start. Have anyone checked this proof for geometric random variable? What is the expectation? Why it is 1 by p?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, then let me give a glimpse of how you can prove this. Okay, so E of x equals to, I wrote it is probability of x greater than equals to I equals to 1 to infinity. This I wrote, right? Now what will be this probability? Probability of x greater than equals to I. This will be what? So for any value of I we are going to consider. That means you have to take for I equals to, say, for n equals to I to infinity. Now 1 minus p into n minus 1 into p. This is from the definition of geometric random variable, that is all the previous passes have ended in fail and this current pass is just success. So this series is a GP series, right? What you can get out of it? P into I minus 1, so 1 minus p into I minus 1 by 1 minus p, right? One plus p, okay, nothing will come at the down. Now you take this, you put this here. That means again I equals to 1 to infinity. 1 minus p, I minus 1. This is again a GP series. So GP series means first term is here 1. I equals to 1 means 0. So it is 1. So 1 by 1 minus p. So it is 1 by p from infinite GP series. So E of x is this simple. Now what about E of x square? Before that, let me tell you what is a tail distribution. Have you heard of tail distribution or tail probability?
No, ma'am.
Tail distribution is what we have talked about in the last class. That is how much the probability distribution can vary from the median or mean. So if you have taken the, like, suppose I have taken the graph like this, the Gaussian kind of curve, then my distribution is supposed to be, say, inside this range. Say this is my range which I am allowing. Now if it is falling in this side or in this side, then this will be in the tail distribution curve. So tail distribution basically means how much the probability distribution value varies from the expectation. This tail distribution is important to measure the like if you are doing the calculation for randomized algorithm. In most of the cases for a Lavegas kind of algorithm, you are only calculating the expectation. Now for actual case, what will be the result, that you can get an idea out of this tail distribution. So if tail distribution is very large, that means your whatever expectation value you are calculating, that is not effective. And there are some bounds on getting this tail distribution. That is what should be your range that you should take into consideration so that your tail distribution remain within certain limit. So first such bound was given by Markov. No, probably first bound was given by Chebyshev, but and weaker bound is now in this, although it is not chronologically correct in history, but we study this Markov's inequality first, then Chebyshev's inequality. So Markov and Chebyshev inequalities. These were given to bound this tail distribution. In case of Markov inequality, what it tells is for any random variable x which is assuming non-negative values. So if I have a random variable x which takes value, say any integer value which is greater than 0, then or equals to 0 also is feasible because I am taking probability value. So probability of x greater than equals to a, where a can be any value greater than 0, this is going to be less than equals to expectation e of x by a, where x is a random variable that takes non-negative values and a greater than 0. Now you can think like, what is the use of it? Now suppose I take an example. Suppose I am tossing a coin for n times and I want to calculate the probability of getting at least 3 by 4 n heads in those n sequences. So say I am tossing a coin in sequence 1 to n and I want to find the probability of getting three n by 4 heads in tosses of this coin. Obviously, I am considering the coin to be fair coin. So, in geometric distribution, you have seen already that whether for at any time you have whether you are going to get a head or a tail, that doesn't depend on the previous passes. So, or previous tosses of the coin. So here, what you will do is you simply put this as a. So what will be the probability for each of these events? So for each of these events, each event is a geometric distribution. So first we have to calculate the value of exi. So SI is what? Say this is 1 if it turns into head, if it is head, 0 otherwise. That means probability of success for it is half. So E of SI equals to what? Probability of, this is indicator variable, so probability of SI equals to 1. So this is half actually. Now what is E of, I have taken S here, maybe I could have considered X anyway. So E of S equals to the whole event, all sum of all events it will come. So it will be 1 to n SI E of that. So from linearity of expression we can put it inside E of SI, that is half, that is n by 2, right? Now let us put this into Markov's equation or inequality. So probability of, here it is not x, it is s, I have to write s greater than equals to, a is what I have given this value 3n by 4. This I know as lesser equals to E of s by 3n by 4. That is what? N by 2 by 3n by 4 means what? Tell me. 2 by 3, right? Isn't
Yes,
it?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So this we get from Markov's inequality. Similarly, if I tell you that you get the probability of getting say 70% of hits in n number of tosses, that means it will be 70 by 100 n. That value we have to put here, and accordingly the probability will be changing. So here it is probability that value is 2 by 3. That is at least 2/3 of the times you will be getting hits. Or probability of this is 2 by 3. Any way you explain it, that doesn't matter. So this is from Markov's inequality. Now another inequality is, I told it is Chebyshev's inequality. So it's CHEBY. How I wrote it. Spelling is correct or not? BY or BY? BY, I guess. It will be. So this takes into consideration in Markov inequality. It is taking this expectation value, whereas this was the like this so this person was the first person to get the understood the, he understood the importance of this moments of a random variable, what is the importance of the variance and the standard deviation, all these things were a contribution of his. So in this case, he said that probability of this difference x minus ex, this difference to be greater than equals to a, that is whether this value of x is going to be going to belong to the tail distribution or not, that bound is less or equals to the variance of this variable, variance of x by a square. So this is actually more interesting in terms of tail distribution, because I told you that in case of tail distribution we want to know how much it is varying from the expectation value. So that deviation we are getting out of this x minus ex and this what is called that mod value of it, and I am taking the bound as a. If it is greater than equals to a, then that bound has to be less or equals to the variance value by a square. That is the inequality. Now tell me what is variance of x? Variance of x. What is
It's
this?
sigma x square.
Sigma of x whole
No,
square.
like
This
no, like
symbol.
sigma, the big. It's just the mean of the squares. Not the mean, but yeah, mean of.
What? This?
No, x square. E of x square.
Simply
E of
that.
x the whole square minus E of x square.
Yeah, that is correct. E of x square minus E of x whole square. Now you tell me what is E of x square? E of x square. What is this?
Sigma pi xi whole square over all the discrete probability distribution, or over continuous, it will be integral of xi into f of x the whole square can be, or the other way around. Xi square and f of xi. F of xi is the probability of it.
It's not.
So you are getting this out of which function? Probability distribution or moment generating function?
PDF from like
Yeah, you are right. So have you recently studied these things, or you remember this from school?
semester 3 he had one course.
Yeah, we did this in Sem 3 for some maths course.
Okay, discrete math.
No, not discrete math, not just math. Like operation research and probability.
Okay, that subject you had. Okay, then that is good. Yeah, this x square or x to the power k or anything, one power of x. So if I write it e of x to the power k, this is called kth moment of the variable. And this moment is calculated by the moment generating function, which is you are also calling as probability distribution function. Same function it is. So it is moment generating function or probability distribution function, PDF, right? So if I take moment generating function, then this e of x to the power k, that for that I have to take the Taylor series, I have to take the derivative, and I have to take the value of the derivative at x equals to 0. This is a 0 point. What is the value of the derivative? If it is kth moment, then kth derivative I have to take. So like d to the power k, dx to the power k of this value that I have to take of the Taylor series considering this moment generating function, and that value will be my kth moment. And if you are using this PDF, then you already know how you can create this moment. So variance we can get if we know the x, then and the distribution of the function, basically we can find the moments at least if we know the second moment and first moment. First moment is obviously the expectation value and second moment is x square. So this is second moment, which is useful for variation or variance calculation, and v of x is the first moment. So here what we need is variance of x. For that, we need this v of x square. Now if I want to calculate the variance for geometric distribution, how can I do that? Say I'm taking geometric distribution. I know this e of x equals to 1 by p. This I already know. What about e of x square? Any idea? Here also you can put a value of a as anything. Okay, so any a greater than 0 will do. And if you put the value of a as say ex, something in terms of ex, or say this sigma of x, then you will be getting some interesting results. So here also a greater than 0. How you can calculate this? Any idea?
Explain what geometric distribution is, so you'll be able to get like what is the function like. If you can tell them, please.
Probability value, how we are calculating that, you know. We don't have any such like it is a discrete probability. So we know what x takes value if x equals to 0, like it takes either value 0 or value 1, that you know, and it doesn't depend on the previous occurrences, that you know.
Maybe with the variance formula we can do. With variance formula we can do, right? We can find e of x square using variance and e of x.
I want to find the variance only, that's why I want to calculate it.
Okay.
Okay, let us again try with the basic. Okay, let us try to do it step by step. We know e of x equals to 1 by p, that we have calculated simply from the probability value. So this we have calculated like e of x just before we did it. This is I equals to probability of x greater than equals to I equals to 1 to infinity, right? This is 1 by p. This we have seen. Now again e of x square we have to find. Say I take another geometric random variable, say y. And in terms of y, I want to calculate the value of y is another geometric random variable. Say it is just like again a flip of coin. So I want to get e of x square is the number of tosses after which I can get the first hit, and this y represent, so y is 1 means it is if it is hit, and y is 0 if it is tail. So just so now what so it is say this is only first flip. It is said in first flip. Let's consider the first flip because x value of x I have that is in first flip only. This is also in first flip. Now what I need is e of x square. This will be what I am considering 2 time steps, or like I am considering 2 rounds. Like that is the significance of y square, right? This will be probability of y equals to 0 into e of x square over y equals to 0 plus probability of y equals to 1 into e of x square over y equals to 1. If it is y equals to 0, this if I consider y as geometric random variable, this 0 is 1 by 1 minus p. This I know. And x square when y equals to 0, that means what? I have to consider some other flips. So here I keep it as it is. Now what about the next? This is p, right? This is p into, if y equals to 1, that means here I represent x as x is number of counts that I am representing in terms of x, and y is integer. So I am splitting x in terms of y, that you can think of. So if in first flip itself I have got 1, that means x square will be also 1, conditional probability that this value will be again 1. So here this will be small p into 1. Am I correct or not?
Ma'am, can you repeat?
From where?
No, just what you asked, the last thing.
Okay. Here see, probability of y equals to 1 is, this is p as it is geometric random variable. Now e of x square over y equals to 1. That means what? I am taking the count of flips after which I can get a head, and y equals to 1 means I have considered that in first flip itself I have got 1. So this conditional probability value will be 1 only. So because in first count itself I have got the flip, I have got the head, so this value will be 1. This is
Yes, ma'am.
conditional.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I have to take this part. This part I don't know. If at y equals to 0, that means at the first flip I have not got a head. It is tail. That means I have to take some other number of some like maybe another couple of flips will be required before I get the head. Now let us take that value as z. So I take z as the remaining number of flips before I get the first head. So z is again, this is a geometric random variable. So in that case, what will be of x square value? Or say first I consider this e of z. This will be same as, this will be geometric random variable with same parameter p. So this will be same as e of x or e of y, 1 by p. E of z square, this will be same as e of y square or e of x square, right? Because all of them are having same parameter, same probability value p, because we are considering the same coin tossing. Now what we can get, e of, now let us take e of x square, this is 1 minus p into e of x square over y equals to 0 plus p. So 1 minus p into e of x equals to here what? Y equals to 0, x is going to be z plus 1, right? So it is z plus 1 square over y equals to 0. Because z is the remaining number of flips and y equals to 1, that is the first flip I have already considered. So it is p. So 1 minus p, we just expand it, e of no, this one is not now required, right? I think I have done some step jump here. I'll do this here. E of z square equals to, this is going to be what? E of z square will that conditional probability be changed to e of z plus 1 square? That I am getting confused. Help me. No, this will not be. This conditional probability will be changed. Yeah, no, if I take this z as a new variable, in that case this e of x square over y equals to 0, this becomes same as e of z plus 1 square. Why? Because when y equals to 0, that is first place is 0, and I am taking the count of x with moment 2. That means I am changing, I know that I have to take the first head, and the first trial was a tail, and z number of another trials were required before I get the first head. That means it is converted to z plus 1. Now as it is square, this becomes z plus 1 of square. I hope you are agreeing with my logic. Are you okay with it? No response. Is it okay or not?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Then you tell me what is going to be here. 1 minus p into p of z square plus 1 minus p into p of 2 into 1 minus p into e of z plus 1, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So this e of z square and e of y square are same. So I can just put it here, 1 minus p into e of y square plus 2 into 1 minus p plus 2 into 1 minus p into e of z plus 1. Now this is x only. I don't have any benefit with putting y. So it is p of e x square equals to 2 into 1 minus p ez. What will be the value of e of x square then? Help me. E of x square is what? This side p will come, so p will be below. Then
2 minus p by p square, ma'am.
2 minus p by p
P by
square.
p square.
Okay, very good. So e of z, this value we have put, right?
Yes, ma'am. 1 by p over there, and then just took it to the right hand side, left hand side. E of this a of x square took it to the left hand side, and then
Yeah, good. 2 into 1 minus p by p plus 1. Okay, so if then what will be the value of variance then?
that will be equal to 1
E
minus
of
p by p, 1 minus p by p square.
Okay. So now if this is 1 minus p by p square, now let us come back to this, what we were doing before, this 3 by 4, this. Let us try to use this Chebyshев inequality here. Coin flipping example. So what we got before is e of x was what? N by 2, right? And what was the value of variance? Have we calculated variance? And we found some range. Probability of E of x greater than equals to 3n by 4. This value was, what was that value? This was lesser equals to some value, right? What was the value? I have to scroll up. Lesser equals to 2 by 3. Okay. Lesser equals to 2 by 3. Now if we take Chebyshev inequality, there we know that E of x minus E of x, this probability of this to be greater than equals to a less than variance of x by a square, right? So what is the variance here? Variance of x for the coin flipping example, can you tell me?
What example, ma'am?
That coin flipping example that you took. That is, if sequence of n flips we are considering and we are trying to find the what is the probability that we have 3n by 4 number of hits. Here it is not a geometry random variable. Here it is, you can think like it is an indicator variable. Because we are not considering the total number of runs before we are getting a first stage or something. We are taking the count of the hits. So in that case, E of individual xi's are what? E of xy was half, right? Means either it is coming as 0 or it is coming as 1. So E of xi was half. So E of xi square will be what? This will also come as half only. So if it is also half, then variance of x will be what? 1 by 4? 1 by 4, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So variance, let us take now in this, let us take value of a as variance, a equals to variance of x. So we will be finding how much it is varying from the variance value. Probability of x minus ex greater than equals to 1 by 4. This is what? This is less than equals to or maybe we can try in some other way so that both of them got related. Our question was this, right? So we take this. Probability of, what's this, E of x or x, simply x? It is simply x, I guess. You didn't mention. It is x, probability of x greater than equals to 3n by 4. So x greater than equals to 3n by 4. Now this will be less or equals to, just take minus from here, x minus ex. What I am trying is, I am trying to put it in the form of this, greater than equals to 3n by 4 minus e of x value was n by 2. So this is equals to probability of x minus ex greater than equals to what? N by 4. Is it n by 4?
Yes, ma'am, n by 4.
N by 4. Okay. So this now comes into this form. So this I can write as how? Variance of x by a square. Variance of x is what? 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 square by 1 by 4. 1 by 4 square by, this is n by 4. So this is, what will be left out? 4 by n, right?
Yes. 1 second. Yes, ma'am. Wait, no.
No.
1 by 4n. 1 by 4n, right?
It seems so. Wait, I have done some mistake somewhere. Variance of x by a square. A is this. This one is not square. This one is variance, right? 1 by 4. And this is a square. Now it will be 4 will be left out, n will be this only, 4 will come up. So only n by 4 will, 1 by n by 4 will be left, that means 4 by n. Now it is correct, right? So what is the implication of all this thing? I asked for, like, there will be a sequence of flips of coins of n length, so n number of flip of coins, and among them I tried to identify what is the probability that 3n by 4 number of heads have occurred. Markov inequality gave me the bound as the probability that this value of x is greater than 3n by 4, where x is the count of this number of heads, is less or equals to 2 by 3. And Chebyshev's inequality tells you that this value of x and the expectation of x, their difference to be greater than n by 4 is less or equals to 4 by n. So that means this 4 by, if n is very large, sufficiently large rather, then 4 by n is very small, right? So the final significance is this 4 by n is the bound that x is either smaller than 3n by 4, x is either larger than 3n by 4 or smaller than n by 4. So it is getting between this. Either
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
you have class.
Ma'am, we have a lab at 3 actually.
Okay.
It's already 2:56.
Yeah. X is either, I'm just ending here. X is either larger than 3n/4. So x lies between or x lesser or equals to n/4. And the probability of x greater than or equals to 3n/4 is 2/n. That is by symmetry. Okay, here go.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.